Ah, yes, 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 yes. This is what I am talking about. This is the Mega Bloks official buildable Arcadia Jumpship replica from Destiny. It's the first ship that you get. It's the most iconic one from the first, I'd say, couple of years of Destiny. Very near and dear to my heart indeed, and this was an incredible experience building this up. It was unlike the build of anything that I've put together before. Let me illustrate something from the manual, or I guess I'll just show it to you because it's already illustrated here. The first 18 steps of assembly gets you to this point, and the whole time you're just building straight up, right? Studs are mostly on the top. They've got some items that have studs on the sides here, but then you turn a page and all of this gets rotated down. So you've done so much construction in one direction, that gets turned downward, and that becomes the base of the ship. And there it is under there with studs on top here towards the front. It's just really interesting. And throughout the build of this, you go in many different directions. You really just get a serious course in what is possible with Mega Bloks pieces. And they do use a handful of specialized pieces, but most of the stuff in this entire build is just normal stuff that they've used already in plenty of other sets. These strakes that come along here, this is all just one piece right here, and that is, I believe, specialized and new for this particular set. It's very important. I also believe the cowling to the inside of that is new, and this is a very important side piece here that brings together the upper and lower parts of the wing, and that is not only a new mold and specific to this set here, but also comes pre-printed. No stickers are involved in any of the Mega Bloks collector series stuff anymore. And finally, I believe that this triangular piece is also new for this set, and that's another one that was really important to get in there to get right. That's a very difficult shape to replicate without doing something specialized. You know, you're mostly going to end up hinging pieces around to kind of assume the overall shape, but this definitely ends up looking much better. Unfortunately, one of those specialized pieces, the one that I showed you at the wing tip over on this side, is supposed to be in the set twice. My set only came with one of them. Had a missing part, and missing parts happen, and you can just contact customer service or support and they'll send you out a new one. But I did want to point this out because this should not be happening. Mega Bloks was doing so good up till about the first half of last year with missing parts and malformed parts. You know, at one point they were really bad about it. They got really good to where it was rare to have a missing part. I feel like things are getting worse again over the past year, a little less than a year. Overall quality level has decreased just a little bit. Still, the quality of individual parts is good, but I have been starting to see some missing pieces every now and then, and I've also read about missing pieces from the community in general. So that's something that Mega Bloks needs to fix again. It's not something that I'm okay with, and it's not something that you should be okay with either. So if you do get missing parts, be sure to contact them, let them know that you're not happy about it. Make sure that you do get a replacement part from customer service. They are good about sending out replacement parts, and they've got a little form that you can fill out and such, but still, we shouldn't have to do that in the first place. This thing is able to open up. It does come with a stand, by the way. I'll show you that a little bit more closely in a minute, but it is able to open up, and there is space to put a Guardian in there, so they actually have a cockpit, and it is built up pretty nicely. They have the thinnest floor possible to make as much room in there as they could. Nice control sticks off to the sides, and a printed clear tile towards the front. That's all good. But it is very difficult to get the hands lined up with the control sticks. I think I could do better than that. You can actually get them snapped on there, but I wanted to make it still easy to get him back out of there. But he does fit all the way down in there, and much better than I expected based on what I saw from the picture on the box. I thought that the head was going to have to stick up and actually have these top little panels stay open, the port up there, but nope, you can close everything up, so you know, you can pretend that he's been transmatted into the thing. That's nice. they really didn't have to do that. They could have just left this alone and all closed up, but I appreciate the effort to get the scale right and to actually be able to hold the figure inside. I don't know how official that arrangement is on the interior. I don't know if you actually get rematerialized when you're in there. You know, you get transmatted into the thing, but I do like how this turned out. Don't like the fact that I'm missing a part though. The stand is obviously Destiny specific with the Destiny logo there. It's got some trans black or smoky colored stand pieces to elevate the thing up, and there's a little bit of articulation there where you can turn this from side to side if you want to adjust it relative to the base. You can also change the angle of the thing, so you can actually make it lean down, which makes for a much better display for showing off the ship, I have to say, because in its default position where it's angled up just a little bit, it's a little bit rough to see unless you're really looking at it from above. So this is supposed to be kind of flat right here. It's actually angling down just because there's some give in the parts. It kind of bends forward. There's a lot of weight. The attachment point is much to the rear of the center of gravity, but it does still have enough stability to make it work. It's just kind of straining a bit. I don't worry that it's going to break, but you know, it's just the way that it worked out. But I do feel it's better to have this angled down for most display purposes, unless you're going to have it high on a shelf, in which case it's kind of cool and fun to look at it kind of flying away, where you'll be really looking at it from an underside angle. Thankfully, it does look very good from the underside as well, because they did detail this thing up pretty well, except for just that center section, which had to be just very thin, just with that single large panel to be able to fit the Guardian figure in there. But you've got these parts down on the underside. You've got studs on the underside here, so you're not looking at the undersides of plates here, which would have looked ugly. Overall, I am very, very happy with the build and appearance of the thing. The Guardian here is a Warlock, which I personally am happy with because I have mained a Warlock since the beta. However, they do need to give a little more love to the Titans. The Titans have been underrepresented in this first wave of sets, but I'm sure they'll do better with that in the next wave, and I'm sure there will be another wave because these sets have been selling out very quickly when they show up in stock in various places. And Destiny as a game is still going very, very, very strong with a lot of new players coming in and lots of new content coming out. This guy has the heart of the Praxic Fire. That's good, that's cool, and it's nicely done all the way through. New Monarchy shotgun there. I think it's supposed to be Judgment 6 is what that's supposed to represent, although it doesn't have the little pellet control coil at the end of it that's easy to customize on there, but I think it's a little bit more of a generic mold in general. The Ghost shell, I believe, is the Frontier shell that was never released in-game, one of those ones that they had hidden away, and they started banning people for picking up when they would go through walls to find them. But it is the same design that was used in the Ghost Edition replica, when the big fancy Ultimate Collector's style version of the game that came with the electronic light-up Ghost. So it does have some connection to the real world to this day even. It's kind of cool. But yeah, this is a really good looking figure. I couldn't quite make out what shader this guy is using. If anybody out there knows, if you recognize it, let me know. To me, it kind of looks like he's not using any shader at all. I might be mistaken on that, but that's what I get out of it. So there you go, Arcadia Jumpship. If there's any one buildable set that you want to get as a Destiny fan, I think this is the one. I mean, this just represents so much of Destiny. You see this, or you saw this so much, especially if you're an earlier player, year one, and you do get it for a while, but you don't have to hold on to it for very long anymore nowadays with so many options and so many ways to get new ones. But I really love what Bloks has done with their part system. Just felt like a tutorial. It doesn't feel like building with some other brands bricks. It's a very Bloks specific experience, and they're making the best use of the many different multiple use parts that they have, and bringing in just a handful of additional ones, as needed to really get the proper amount of of realism across. Still not happy about that missing part though. Not happy about that at all. And will continue to be unhappy about it. I will get that piece in from them, and then I will be proudly displaying this, and I'll continue to get more of these sets as more of them come out. Let me know what you think about what you've just seen. Share your thoughts in the comments down below. I thank you in advance for your feedback, and I hope to have a chance to talk to you again very soon.